They see our MC cars here, which has gone out on a pleasant journey at night. Only then one of your mechanics steals you in a building here. Because of this, the security of that building falls behind him. It encircles him. Anki brandishes his mechanical arms and begins eliminating them. Yet he's captured with a laser. Someone then exclaims,
"The eyes are mistaken here, girl. Then we are taking back that cube."
and activates his mechanical rest, then says, "Mechanical rest of Aki, Oxon."
If that's the case, how could you do that to him?
He then states,
"Mechanical arms like you are mere tools for us humans, so remain silent."
and attacks Aki and snatches the cube from him.
Come on, I'll show you the proper way to use these tools, whether you possess 2 mechanical arms or not. If you cannot utilize it correctly, it's futile.
Then the rest releases themselves from their mechanical comfort and starts fighting with that person, and everyone else also starts attacking at the end. She escapes all their attacks and attacks him and snatches that cube from his hand. But still we see very strong light starts coming out of that cube, which our MC Hikaru sees. But he doesn't understand anything and feels like someone is calling him for help. Then here the very next day Karu goes to school and searches the net for nightlight. But he doesn't know anything about it on the internet. Then he sees a pregnant lady standing next to him. Because of this, he starts thinking about giving her a seat, and he is hesitant to tell her. Only then does he dare to get up, but only then does he have nothing. The words of students start to be heard who are making fun of someone's goodness. Because of Jess, he sits back in his seat. Only then does a person accompanying her give a seat to the pregnant lady. So we see that Karu also gets up from there and goes to his friends. Then we see that it is still looking for that cube. Then this is Karu. Tells his friends about the incident of the night.
At night I heard a voice that made me look out my window. Then I saw that the place around the upcoming building was very bright. And then I went to the hill to see that thing well, and from the ship I felt as if there had been an explosion in that building. Because of this I made a video, but nothing happened there. And then I saw a shining thing in one place.
He's falling, his friend says.
Are you sure you're not dreaming?
Then Karu's friend Shirihawa comes there and everyone starts telling her everything. That's what Carol's friend says. What kind of voice did you hear? That's Karu.
It sounded like someone was calling for help.
Another boy says.
You must have heard the voice of a ghost.
Then we see all the people again hear the voice asking for help, and we see Hikaru starts moving towards that voice. Then this Hikaru reaches a place where a policeman refuses him to go inside. But only then does Karu begin to hear a voice for help again. Because of this, he goes straight inside, and then we see he sees a cube there from inside, which there is a voice asking for help coming. Only then Karu does not understand and is afraid to touch that cube, due to which that cube flies in the air and comes by landing in Karu's body. There is a light on the side of this mall that the eyes can see. Then we see that the cars get a mechanical common, just like the Omnitrix of the bank. It just cannot be converted into aliens.
The origin of the faith.
Even if the car survived, they wouldn't understand where that sound was coming from. She tells him to stay calm, but he gets scared when he sees the snake. And if she doesn't understand anything, she says it. Oh.
Buddy, thank you immensely for rescuing me. I will always remember your kindness. By the way, what is your name? Oh, let me introduce myself first. Wait, what was my name again?
How should I know? Just get away from me.
Then Hikaru sees that mechanic's name chip with his hoodie. Only then a drone comes there looking for them and starts searching for them. Then Hikaru says,
It seems that you are by long from the Kagami Group. I shouldn't have picked you up like this.
Ta! We see that there is no data on Hikaru in the database of that drone. Because of this, he considers Hikaru an enemy and attacks him, so that this Karu, out of fear, he starts running away from there, and we see that mechanical comfort grabs Karu's pants, so that as soon as we see Karu's pants come down, then that drone reaches him and Karu says,
Take it back, I have nothing to do with it.
If the attack fails, Karu uses the mechanical rest as a shield, which destroys the drone. That's what Karu considers.
I think I picked up something dangerous.
Listen, this is not the time to relax. Look around. We are surrounded, so let's run away from here together. Then we see a headquarters here where a girl says,
We have got that trigger, and he is with an unrelated human this time, then a person.
Speaks up.
What are you talking about?
Together.
We are still investigating this matter, but it seems to be a minor person.
So what should we do, Mr. President?
Then the president says.
You can absolutely do what you think is right.
Then the person says, geez.
At the place, that mechanical has been found at a place of 2 kilometers around that place. Secure and hold on to that mechanical comfort, no matter what it takes to do with that girl.
So either Karu and those mechanical comforts managed to dodge those days.
What are the next two things?
I want to answer him, but honestly, I don't remember my name. However, I do know one thing. You are truly remarkable. You saved my life, and without your help, I wouldn't be able to move Triumph at all.
Then Karu begins questioning him about IB Triumph. He is utterly clueless about her. That's when the mechanic abandons you there and starts heading off saying,
So now you can move yourself, so now I'm leaving here.
Hold on, we're still in danger.
Arin, don't worry, I'll be perfectly fine. Since this is entirely your fault, I will ensure to keep myself safe from you.
Don't you desire these clothes?
No, I don't.
Please don't walk away from me if you walk away from me.
So we see as soon as the Hikaru moves away from that mechanical rest, the energy of that mechanical rest starts to loosen, because Jess got up again from Suwaru. We see those drozes come back, and this time mechanical comfort starts running away with fake R. Then a person here says, is this him?
Trigger is comfort.
That's it.
Draws will definitely handle it. However, I'm waiting for the girl I fought with yesterday.
Then we see here, they don't understand the direction. That's why they're moving around. Then her companion tells her to go right, and we see a narrow alley to the eye, and then she starts passing through it. Taya Hikaru is still trying to avoid those drones, but only then Anki comes there and tells all those drones to hide.
So be here, Alma. Now if you move from here, I will make you a mother.
So that Hikaru and those mechanical mangoes are afraid. The mechanical common sinus of Tawaki is called Nisaki.
First, inform them you're saving them.
And then we see their enemy come over there and say,
How long have I been waiting here? I wanted to take revenge yesterday.
Then they start arguing with each other, and the mechanical mango then asks Karu to run away from the wife street. Then Aki says,
I have nothing to do with anything else, and you didn't come here from above to catch me.
But then Aki sees that Karu is running away from there, so that person attacks Aki, which makes Aki angry. Then the drones attack the car. Then Karu thinks that the mechanical advantage saves him.
I shouldn't have come to save it.
And when he starts running away, he says mechanical common.
Buddy, leave me alone. All these people are chasing me, and I don't want you involved in this.
If I leave you here, your energy will be reduced.
I knew you were a good person. Hey yeah, I remember something I can't stand. Seeing good people get hurt, so please leave me and escape from here.
So if it defeats its enemy and comes there and prevents those people from fleeing, then why is it not called Mechanica? Ask to surrender milk, says Taikaryu.
Don't decide everything from your side. And anyway, if I leave you here, I won't like it at all.
If you don't go straight with me, I'll have to wiggle my finger.
The name of the mechanic.
Birdie, trust me and run straight ahead. I know don't go forward. With you, we can make this happen.
Hikaru starts moving towards the eye and jumps in the air. Then we see she becomes mechanical, relaxed, transformed, and hits a strong punch to the eye, which causes a bad condition of the eye. Hikaru runs away.
If you were from Alma, and maybe your name is Alma, then my name is Hikaru.
Now we see a boy arriving at the spot where Aki stole Alma and says,
Who did this in the end? That trigger belongs to me.
So it goes back to one of your own partners then. That person says.
So, you really couldn't catch him?
So Shinny says,
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't think that was a civilian. Will you be able to use Alma's power?
Then he says person.
The boy who is with Alma will be found by the Kagami Group very soon, so we have to find him before that. So go and get on with your work.
The following day, Hikaru takes Alma to school. Alma becomes extremely excited upon seeing the school, and Hikaru contemplates.
It appears I erred when I brought it to school.
Then those individuals enter the class and are astonished to discover that Aki has joined the class. The teacher asks Aki to take a seat on an empty bench. Aki then picks up the bench, moves to a spot and says,
Nice to meet you.
The next group who were keeping an eye on Karu, Tausch says,
So this is the boy who is connected with that trigger rest. It is very cute in research, and we have been ordered to kill it.
That particular trigger?
Comfort is very important, and what happened, Twist? Have you awakened any feelings about it?
Shut your mouth. No one takes us seriously because of your actions.
I know you are a very hard worker.
So I am, and now I will not back away from this topic.
So this is where Karu goes to the baths and says to me,
I didn't expect him to come to my school after me.
But this time it looks like he doesn't want to fight.
yes, not me.
I think she might attack us in the classroom.
Let's talk to him again. A lot was going on last time. That's why we had to fight with him, and I don't think maybe they just wanted to talk to us.
She was threatening to kill me. And you think so? I think maybe we should go to the police, Alma. Don't you really remember anything? Wait a minute. What are you doing?
Playing with 12 papers was very enjoyable.
Rocky says.
From my man, you should not go to the police because they are also servants of the upcoming group. Different. If they catch you, they will give you to the Kagami Group.
It is called Sunisa Desk.
If you genuinely wish to stay with us for an extended period,
I'll be your bodyguard.
Boys, is the washroom.
In a sudden turn of events, Aki starts to flee, followed by a chase from Aki, much to the astonishment of Meru. Seeking answers, Meru questions Hikaru's friend about Aki, to which he responds appropriately.
He's just following me. Apart from that, there is nothing.
Soon, Aki arrives at the rooftop in search of Karu, where Karu's friends begin calling out to Aki. However, Karu has mysteriously vanished from sight.
why are you hiding? I thought you were going to listen to him.
Then Maru also comes there, not even Kalu says.
After all, what is this here?
Meru calls herself introductory and finally looks at her angrily.
Why is she looking at her classmates like that?
I'm not saying Meru.
Have you recently transferred here, or are you feeling extremely anxious? Look, I've brought cookies I baked, especially for you in hopes of making you feel comfortable.
We see that when we see those cookies, our eyes start watering.
Hikaru Aki is behaving strangely.
Talaki immediately starts eating those cookies and Hikaru thinks,
What's going on next?
This girl appears to be more typical than I initially assumed.
What do you want to do after all? So let's go now.
So you want to talk to him now?
Please don't rush. I can't converse with him about you while at school, so allow me to enjoy the song now.
I assumed you were resting.
yes,
I will use his voice cancellation so that I can sleep comfortably.
Sakun Tameru gives an idea related to Karu only to the eye. Ready after the holiday, Lalma says.
Let's have a conversation with Hikaru Aki.
I'm not ready today. We'll talk to him tomorrow.
Subsequently, Mahru approaches Hikaru with a letter from Aki, revealing that Aki has summoned Hikaru to the old school building after classes.
I have been looking for Hikaru all day, and I think you are also nervous to meet him in front of everyone. If so, no one will be there now. Keep in mind that if you shift the greed of the eye, you cannot escape from here.
Hikaru says.
How did you dare to use Ankika Mahru like this?
Thus the eye declares,
I didn't do anything like that. He has done all this of his own free will.
What are you doing here?
Are you? I am the appointed member for today. And I have been asked to keep an eye on Alma and be her bodyguard, for which I will take you first to the headquarters.
This is indeed a wonderful thing, signifying that you are destined to safeguard us.
I am just present to safeguard you.
However, we must also rescue this boy as Alma is now linked to him. For this reason, Karu, join us immediately. Furthermore, rest assured that if you cooperate, we will not harm you. Now proceed to cooperate.
This isn't an issue. Just pay attention. We shouldn't go with strangers in such a manner.
These individuals are aware of my identity, and I seek to understand myself. Thus, we should accompany them.
And I still believe in you. Right, but I want to help you, Alam, so tell me one thing that whenever I move away from it, it also stops moving. Anything we can do about it?
What is happening to you?
Or this SDOD?
It's connected, but it's impossible. Mechanical tear syrup connects with the body of humors.
and let's see if you understand something. He didn't come and he said,
And this is the time you have to test, because we have no other option.
Alma, are you as big as tomorrow?
Perhaps Alma is striving to mature. Observe the initiative. He lacks the power to act. When Hikaru begins to flee with Alma, Alma speaks.
That's what is inscribed here. Why is it forbidden to run in the hall?
Be surprised, this is not the time for this.
He says,
You can't escape all this.
The desk tells us.
There is no escape here.
Let's fly again.
Subsequently, the vehicle accelerates ahead of the other car.
How can I talk to a girl like this?
You really need to communicate with him, otherwise we won't be able to leave. It's imperative for us.
No other exit.
We must find a way. Then it's recalled that Touche is vigilantly monitoring the school building and subsequently inquires Warner about its status. Warner responds,
A female student is taking care of the entrance, so I can't get too close.
Are you kidding me? Is this our plan leaked a little where?
If all other exits are indeed sealed, it signifies that we must ascend upwards.
Take this eye.
Tasumis and Desk instruct Aki to proceed in directions both left and right, and then, ultimately, Aki decides for them to descend, resulting in a direct impact atop Karu, causing the ground to shatter, declaring their decision.
I cannot comprehend if conversing with me is not your intention, then why did you choose to spare my life just the day before?
That's what Karu says.
After all, what are you saying? You and I live in completely different worlds, and I don't understand what you're saying.
Indeed, you are correct. It appears that your connection with Alma hasn't been established. Strangely though, Alma is capable of independent movement. However, if this is deception, there could be an explanation.
When Alma says so,
There's nothing. I am only able to move because of Kalu.
absolutely, I confirm.
After all, what are your plans and what are you going to do using Alma?
Hold on, Kalu is not that kind of man.
If that scenario holds, then verify it here and now by presenting both of your ideas and conclusion.
Subsequently, Alma commences accumulating her energy once more. Yet this time we observe that there is no resultant effect.
I was aware that you remained uninvolved with Alma. In reality, you are causing harm to Alma, and consequently, I have decided to deal with you immediately.
We write that Meru comes in after hearing so many voices and is ashamed to see that Akin is sitting on top of Karu, so Aki says,
Excuse me, but we're busy right now. Can you leave?
Then Meru says,
Well, I won't get in the way. It's true, it's very romantic and...
It continues from there and then disappears again. And he goes looking for her.
Would you still like to talk to him despite all this?
And that's when we see Warner comes inside that building. That's when a potato sees that he is wearing the uniform of an upcoming group. Because of Jesus, he starts hiding the world. Then Warner says,
You don't need to hide it. The people of today were looking for me. I'm sorry, but yesterday your drones killed me.
Honor then says,
Sorry about that. Yesterday was a bit bad because we couldn't kill you.
Your mechanic informs you upon activation.
We just need that trigger out so you will die.
And attacks Akalu, and then we see. Because of this, Karu starts getting dizzy, and then Touche attacks Karu with a sniper. Paralma rescues him and they start running away. Then Warner is telling Karu's location and firing on touch. That's when Karu says,
Do they really want to kill me?
Then Burma says,
Something here. Yeah, I'm not feeling any of that mechanical comfort.
It isn't the right moment yet.
Warner then proceeds to attack Hikaru again using a noose, which causes Hikaru to fall down once more. Turtle also attacks Hikaru, but Anki arrives to rescue him and says,
There are 2 confined mechanical arms present, which is why people cook here. The Kagami Group's expansion department grew to 3 members.
Honor then says,
You're with arms, aren't you? And you're really walking around with 2 mechanical arms? How did you finally get these 2?
The inquiry states,
What is the meaning of getting caught?
Texanus mentions,
Shakar is a kind of device which takes away their consciousness by mechanical comfort. Any mechanical alarm that is controlled via this method ends up becoming their servant.
This results in them becoming significantly easier to operate since the tools do not necessitate any conscience and...
Noise attacks them so that your health also starts to deteriorate.
You really don't hold that much power, so that includes you. I'll thoroughly enjoy dealing with the weaker links.
Hikaru, take Alwa and flee from this place. Find a hiding spot until then, and I will handle the situation.
What does Hikaru say?
Wait a moment, you're injured as well.
No need to worry about me. Just stay inside. I'll cover you. So leave now because we absolutely cannot let Alva fall into their hands.
Then Karu escapes from the scene and Warner launches an attack on Shakar with the advanced device while Hikaru says,
What is going on and where are these people coming from?
Hikaru, do you think we made the right decision by coming here?
Come on, what do you want to say?
Are you certain it was wise to leave Aki outside, all alone?
Shouldn't we be silent? I told you and I did it all for you.
I can't leave them alone like this.
He gets away from Hikaru.
Alma, what is your intended purpose with this?
Hikaru, run away from this place and I will go help you and everyone else.
Hikaru starts leaving Alma, and we see that he is unable to do so, that he returns to Alma. They go and say,
Stop being cool while you know you can't do anything to my dad.
I expected you to come for me.
If it continues like this, then I will have to stay with you, so now we have to make a plan.
And what kind of plan is it?
I thought you didn't think of anything, so we first have to see that we don't belong to that boy. How to avoid this?
Please wait, I have an airplane.
So this tissue would not have been able to make contact with Warner. Because of this, she goes to the school building of Odd.
I've restrained them, so you can do as you wish. I can use them.
I am not similar to you.
Strong girls are admirable, yet those who engage in turf acts are disreputable.
He escorts her to the rooftop, utilized 30 times.
After all, Trader said you.
Don't worry at all, because I have got a special gift just for you.
That's what's so bad about it that I can't kill it right now because we have explicit orders from me to bring it back. So come on, Warner. Go find Sridaram immediately.
Cave. As soon as Warner starts to go down, we see Karu get there and howl Warner. But only when Warner escapes his attack by a fraction of a second, Karu simply says,
So hey Tatsu, it doesn't work for me.
If so, Warner. Again, Noise attacks Karu, but we see Karu has to put on his headphones and he attacks Warner once more. Warner then quickly escapes again and then asks Karu Aki to attack him back, but he is completely taken aback to see that he has already caught his attention.
Finally, what should we do? Hiss Karu?
Then we are shown a vivid scene from some time ago where Alma asks Hikaru to use the noise cancellation feature of the headphones and Hikaru responds affirmatively.
We'll cleverly use it as bait, and then the eyes along with his mechanical arms will handle them effectively.
Alma sternly says,
Let's fight Hikaru.
Are you completely out of your mind? My punch can't even graze him.
He then throws Alba towards Aki so that he can free Aki's mechanical arms, but we see that Alma does not have so much power, due to which he starts forgetting Karu on his side. That's when Karu jumps towards Alma and Tosh starts stopping her by shooting, and Karu only gets scratched by that bullet and together, Alma carefully frees Aki's mechanical anas. She then firmly grabs Aki, turns him into a shield, and races towards Warner with determination.
Don't worry about me, Warner and Makra attack.
Gave, Warner attacks them with his noises, and we see that Aki doesn't get anything, and she comes up to Warner and punches him hard so that they both hands, ta! We see that building collapses and leaves Touch Warner there and gets up.
I am so thrilled to witness how you abandoned your friend in such a manner. You truly exhibit kindness and maturity.
Ta! We see that building collapses, but the eyes save Hikaru and Alma. Then the leader of the arms there, El Jija, and he says,
You've once again managed to create a substantial commotion.
Then a person says,
Who, according to you, will handle the cleanup now?
So says Hajit.
Is Alma okay?
So, or a person says,
The trigger rest was stolen the whole time earlier, and now it is done. Quickly contact the White Rebels. That is the name of the artificial mechanic. Fertilizers are really very dangerous.
After a while, Karu regains consciousness.
You are welcome here, Karu. We are the organization that is fighting against the Kagami Group. As you may have seen, those people use shakers to grab the mechanical arms and snatch their consciousness and make them slaves. Those people are profitable, so we have created this organization so that we can free those mechanical arms from the Kagami Group. We are Arms, and I am the leader of Arms Allergy. These are the faces that are connected to me.
Tahikaru says,
This is absolutely. Looks just like you, Alma.
You seem to have lost your memory. I am confident you will regain it one day. My little brother, we are not adversaries. We simply seek your assistance to rescue humanity and the mechanical arms.
Then he says it again.
Assist us, Alma, in overcoming that upcoming group.
Need, Verma says.
If that's the case, I will be more than happy to provide assistance.
Don't be so responsible.
However, I am unable to witness my friends in such distress.
Primarily, you should tend to yourself, though we shall complete this task post-school or during weekends. Does that make sense?
Very well, we shall stand united. We are merely the essence.
Thus, it implies you are not involved at all.
And all Hikaru.
So, are you a mechanical mango wearer?
Then it tells you.
You don't need to do anything.
Then Ken says,
While you slept, we examined you and found you filled with so much arbitrium. The human mind has the power to control mechanical rest, and to use a normal mechanical rest requires so much arbitrariness that you do not deserve to be a mechanical common user.
Then everyone is surprised to see this, so Jess says,
This has awakened Alma from a deep sleep.
Toughest says,
But the 12th has forgotten everything, and this time does not know how, and he has connected with a dress. This boy can't bring out the full power of Alma.
This time you will have to take care of Alma, but remember that you do not have to do anything yourself because you have no power inside you.
It is not true that work can do anything when it thinks. He is a kind person who helps people in trouble. I'm only here due to Karu.
And you are the biggest problem. These numbers prove that Hikaru does not have the power to control you.
We are not completely sure about it, but Karu can bring out Alma's strength, so let me train it.
then we remember that Alma is training.
All this is being done to train me, and actually I am not doing anything.
It depends on the period, so prepare yourself mentally as much as possible. So I said that you have to help Alma, so get ready now.
Then we'll see. Alma starts following Sahityama's routine, and Anki and Karu are called to the headquarters of the arms.
There are many incidents where some thieves who are users of mechanical arms are stealing their mechanical arms, and this has happened for the 3rd time this week. We have to bring back their mechanical arms as soon as possible. If not, it's too late. What does that mean after all? If you forcibly take away someone's mechanical comfort, then that person dies in a few days because removing that mechanical comfort from the place where it is attached starts to leak arbitrarily.
I thought it definitely had something to do with the indomitable spirit.
We still have more about arbitrariness. I don't know anything. All we know is that it has a huge effect on human biological functions. Whatever is associated with mechanical comfort, very little does your physical abilities. But in your case, all this is not a search, so be careful because we cannot lose Alma.
Is this project a user of warm-type mechanical rest?
Your primary responsibility is to protect Alma, so it's imperative not to allow personal feelings to interfere. Remain focused on your mission at this time.
After all, what kind of personal feelings are you talking about?
It has absolutely nothing to do with you. If I am required to go anywhere, accompany me.
A girl says here.
We still don't know. Why did you do this on June 1st?
Then a person says,
He has caused significant harm to our family. Ultimately, it requires incomplete artificial and mechanical stress relief. Could it have been someone from Pension Division 3 who assisted in their escape?
Oh, I feel the same. So if you want to find someone then for him, will the white ribbon stay right?
That's what Karu says.
Also, I am aware of your actions. You are looking into today's case, aren't you? Are you certain that coming here in this manner is permissible?
Do you have a particular reason behind all these statements? Should we consider joining you in this endeavor?
Then they hear some voices, and here we see the White Ravens president Kagami's younger brother Jankar looking for him.
You guys are with the Kagami Group?
After all, what are you doing?
Stay calm and hide, Alva. Stay with me. I have a question for you guys. Do you know any bomb-type mechanical comfort user?
So the leader of the White Reverser says, so do you.
If you are a mechanical user, we will not let you leave here.
Then we see all the people start to grow like the eye, but the eye drops them down in one blow.
Are you with the mouse? And your name is the Iron Duel?
Arms users then we see. Because of Aki's attack, Karu also goes away and falls. So here Aki again starts the sailing of the rest of the people, and only what Karu sees, who looks sick. Then Karu asks him to leave there, and we see Jun starts running away from there. That's why Hikaru starts chasing him. The leader of the White Reverse converts his mechanical points into a bike and goes after Hikaru Arjun. Then some people from White Reverse surround Hikaru and Jun. Then a person says,
You get out of our way, we just need that boy.
Hikaru says next.
Who are you? And what do you want from this child?
Then a person says,
It has nothing to do with you and...
he attacks the car. But then Alma stops the attack and says,
Sorry, Hikaru. I can't stay hidden in this situation.
Ta Jr. is surprised to see that Hikaru has the trigger rest, but only then is the leader of the White Reverse there, because of which whoever disappears from there says the bacanical name of the leader of White Reverse.
Look, we have got trigger rest. This is not our luck. Let's catch it.
Ayama then runs away with the task, but the leader of the White Reverse catches her. Only then do we see Anki coming there and attacking the leader of White Reverse. They say,
I said, don't go away from me.
Ta, after a while, Aki scares the leader of White Reavers and asks about the type mechanical users, but he doesn't know anything about it.
Karu, you were thinking.
In fact, he sought our assistance regarding a young child.
The death says,
I'm yours. If I didn't hear the juice, I wanted to run away from here.
It wasn't anything like that.
It was because of you that we opened Amma. I have said that there is power within you. Upset you are absolutely useless, so be with me.
Tarjuna observes from a distance and trigger beams with delight upon seeing you.
If you harbored such an issue with me, it would have been better if you hadn't brought me here. Yet here we are, and you're dictating our actions while simultaneously insisting I remain by your side. You're the one who abandoned me, and now I've had enough, so I'm leaving. Do not attempt to follow me.
But Sinesh says,
So, ultimately, what is our next course of action?
Let him do whatever he wants.
Karu should offer us an apology. He was merely safeguarding us.
but we see that Karu doesn't listen to him.
So you're fighting among yourselves. It's a good thing I don't have to deal with that girl anymore.
You see, every doctor you come there and say,
What are your expectations from your vehicle?
Unlike you, I don't want to squander time on conflicts, but it appears I have no other option.
thus your mechanical rest is activated.
So you are a wall-type mechanical comfort user.
Arjun is attacked, but he manages to halt his assailants.
This is definitely not him.
The one attacking Aki, followed by Alma's intervention.
Let's go back to Karu, Aki, and everyone else.
I'm not going to do that right now.
Come on, it seems your phone is coming. Let's apologize to me.
Only then Karu gets a picture of Aki being injured and calls Junu.
I have my own. You don't have time to waste time because you know what happens to a mechanical comfort user when his mechanical comfort is forcibly taken away from him? Are they your best friends? I have to get here quickly or he will die.
See the work. Arms members arrive there. Arjun says,
I'm leaving here, but if you want this girl's mechanical comfort back, come and meet me alone and give me your trigger comfort in return.
and it goes from there.
So, after all, they were behind Alma. We have to go get them back, or the eyes will die. Our enemy wants us to do the same, so you guys stay there. I am sending a new bodyguard there right now, because protecting Asma is our biggest priority, so there is no need to do anything about it.
Everybody keeps telling me what not to do. I can't understand why these people care so much. I'm not going to do anything, and I am unable to do anything.
Nor does he say,
This is not true. When the time comes, you will definitely do something, and even though you have saved the eye before, you will definitely do something this time too.
If Alam hadn't been with me, I wouldn't have helped Aki even then. All this is because of Alma that I have the strength to face everyone. To be honest, I'm not alone. If not, please help me, Alma.
As a result, we see Karu and Alma heading to meet June.
I'm glad you want what you desire next. I came here to retrieve the Trigarum because it's said that whoever possesses this Trigarum gains immense power. So come to me. Hikaru here.
But when he attacks, Hikaru starts to avoid his attacks.
You can dance well, but if you want that mechanical comfort of that girl, you have to fight with all your strength.
Hikaru initiates his attack on June, but we see that none of his attacks reach June. Are you?
Think that if you back to these mechanical comforts, so you will become good in the eyes of that girl? Are you not digesting that people are treating you like this? Do you think that something will change mechanically from you? So you're wrong. Weak people like you can't change anything.
But he says he's trying to escape the attack.
I understand these very well.
And avoiding June's attacks, he punches June.
What do you think you're making me angry?
Then June starts circling his thing around Hikaru and attacks him. But when Alma stops his attack, we see suddenly Hikaru and Alma get a current. Arjun separates Hikaru and Alma.
It's time to say goodbye to this idle body and move on.
But only then we see that Alma gets activated and starts pushing June back towards Hikaru. Only then June says,
I had uprooted its mechanical mango from there, so how are you able to make this further move?
So we see Hikaru getting up again after hearing Alma's voice, and they say,
I'm trying to support you, Alma.
and we see as soon as Karu touches Alma, Alma becomes transformed.
These triggers hold immense power, and these triggers are mine, so hand them over to me.
And they attacked the caravan. But then Alma stopped his attack and they started attacking and growing like June. He seems to be trying to stop himself, but we see that Kalu and Alma come together and launch a vigorous attack on Jin, so that Jun loses, Alma says.
I instructed you to proceed only when necessary.
Next, we witness Todo's arrival and his declaration.
Activate your emotions genuinely. Don't be concerned. I'm here solely in June.
I have come. Arjun and Aki capture the mechanical comfort.
Return them to me. I have no intent of battling you, and Todo, you won't take any action because I'll eliminate it.
However, Todo provides Hikaru with the mechanical eye. Arjun departs from the scene.
Is the trigger deactivated?
Don't worry, we'll definitely discover the truth.
Then the next day it comes to the eye. Hikaru is stitching his jacket, then Aki comes there. Hikaru says,
What were you looking for there?
I was searching for an individual who has supported my family. Besides, it was a significant opportunity.
That individual was responsible for your family's demise?
It wasn't like that, and thank you sincerely for rescuing me.
Tabaki starts sewing the jacket, due to which Asma is getting a lot of pain. Only then Karu starts to stop and Meru runs away after seeing them both so close. Only then Karu says,
What else is going on here?
Further then, here says a member of the arms.
I believe we've assigned a lot of tasks to cars.
So Tani says,
If we continue speaking like this, he will never develop.
and then we see here, Karu gets on a truck that is stealing a lot of mechanical arms.
Finally, I'm here. What am I doing?
We must act swiftly. We need to save our companions.
Students?
Hold on, we still need to stick to the strategy.
Yama comments.
Karu, how are things progressing there?
There is a very dangerous mechanical user here.
Nobody.
Don't be stupid. When we pass the interchange, then what I received is the EMP. He has activated it.
Then we see here that enemy is killing his mechanical rest bye-bye so that it gets activated. Due to which Alma gets angry and he attacks the truck driver and drops the entire truck, which the members of the common are surprised to see. Tahikaru says,
What's your next move?
Me?
Something needed to be done.
We see that the enemy attacks Hikaru, and Hikaru is escaping his attacks. Then this Tani starts moving towards Hikaru, and here the enemy is throwing Bob at Hikaru, so that Hikaru escapes, and that enemy comes close to him and makes a strong attack on him, which causes a huge explosion there. But we see that Tani has created Karu. Then Karak says,
Looks like Alma has done something wrong again.
So Alma says,
Please forgive me.
So we observe that the enemy starts attacking Karu again, but yours interferes, throws him away, and responds,
Even if this idiot has a handle, if you're incapable of doing anything, let's leave.
Tani takes Karu away from there.
So you have 2 mechanical arms, but look, I have 3 because I have 1.
And attacks Aki, but we see that due to lack of stamina, that enemy becomes unconscious. The desk says,
Did you really think you could control multiple mechanical arms without training?
Talaki goes to call the recovery team, but then we see a person come and start saying something to that enemy. Because of this, the enemy gets up again and attacks the eye like a madman and avoids his attacks. He reaches out and attacks the person's eye, but Aki stops his attack and we see that person has become more powerful than last time. Then the eye starts to see something behind that person, but it is falling heavily on the enemy because he can't focus on anything else. Only then do we see these Karu and Alma come there and hit that enemy with a strong punch.
What are you doing here today? I told you to leave, didn't I?
The enemy is attacking them again. Meanwhile, Karu and Alma stop his attack. Then the enemy throws a car at them. Meanwhile, Karu and Alma escaped from that vehicle and attacked it with all their might. So that he goes away and falls away.
Well, you have done a very good job. Look how many mechanical arms we were able to save because of you.
Here, Akuse is checking the enemy and comes back thinking about her family, where she misses her little sister, who is you. Haki has a carry to save him. Then Kwan comes here to meet Oki and Sinez says,
Did you learn anything from the person we fought?
Then Quan says,
We have removed his mechanical arms, but he is also not a worm-type mechanical user, and he himself does not know anything about worm-type mechanical arms.
Then the desk says,
And when we beat him, he recovered completely. There was something wrong there, and there we also saw something called a walk-type mechanic.
I know you want to take revenge on your family, so if you need any help, I will do it for you. But please don't always depend on it.
Yes, first of all, you have disappeared from there. This is the only way to get cars to school. The found car does not have to take the name of getting up, only then it is brought there and takes it in its lap and takes it to the school, where all the people of the class are surprised to see it like this.
You two are in a relationship.
Have you heard the latest news today? A new student has arrived in our class who is very Richard.
Ta? As soon as we see it, we start calling the work on a condition, and we know that it is a transfer student, and no one is coming from June.
After all, what are you doing here? I'm here for you.
Are you following me?
Tadex attacks June, but June stops his attack and says,
You're the girl I lost.
Then she finally attacks June again, and June also gets ready to fight, says Turtodo.
June, you are breaking our promise on the first day. Do you remember that I transferred India to this place? But under what conditions? I know I don't have to use mechanical arms in school.
Then she sits down comfortably and finally starts attacking him. That's what he says about stopping cars.
I don't think he wants to fight us. I will continue to achieve trigger rest, but this time I have come for you, even as my colleagues have told me that my mechanical comfort will take time to connect with my body, because I can only use its power on a temporary basis, so until then, I will try to find out how you are finally able to use trigger rest and then defeat you and take it away.
If you know more about me, please tell me, and in return, I will tell you everything about Kalu.
When do Alma and I leave it about me? Do you know anything about Alma? Because in the scheme, damage is missing.
So Aki starts attacking Jum again, but Alma catches him, who starts killing Kalu as soon as he comes.
I can't hurt you at school, but I can't guarantee that thing when you're going home and...
It goes from there, folding and seeing the memory, Anki is roaming with Kalu, so that he could save her. He tries to avoid the first car and gets rid of it with great difficulty.
I couldn't even eat it, so what should I do?
Teijin says,
If so, let me buy food for you. My friend had said that maybe you broke the trade because of your food. If you are able to use it, so I want to know what you eat, so let me buy you lunch. You understand humanity a little better, and I want to ask you something in return.
So you take your time and say it again.
Do you really think that by promising a lunch so you can lure the cars? And anyway, if you really have to buy food, buy it for me, and I will like this food.
Seeing Maru Ankh and Hikaru match brings much joy, but it goes to the bathroom to avoid Akaru Ankh and says,
As long as I'm with you, I don't talk to Jin. I won't be able to. I'm pretty sure he knows something about you.
Don't you have any ideas?
Look, I just remembered that today is a sports tournament. Maybe I can talk to him there.
He is looking around the ground, and then a ball hits his head, causing him to fall down, and then they see it. We were watching the cars from a tree, and he says,
Why is he acting this way? It has a trigger, but how much pomegranate is it?
Then Anki throws the ball on the zone and the side that moves away, and that ball goes straight to Karu. Then Anki's eyes start apologizing to Karu, but as soon as we see Karu is unconscious, then Maru comes and ties Karu up and starts asking Anki and Jun whether they want Karu or not, for which they both say here. My heart carries them away, asked to fight each other for the right cars.
Since when have I been thinking about taking revenge with you?
Do you honestly think you can take revenge on me?
And yes, if I win, will you just leave him alone?
They belong to me, so there's no need for you to get involved.
She suddenly realizes and cannot comprehend what she said. Your Arjuna prepares to fight and asks Asmahik to stop her.
Do you really think that you will listen to me and wait? I have an idea. If you leave me and June alone for a while, then I will buy you lunch.
Hearing the name of Takane, they come to accept this situation and eventually depart with me from there.
What did you have to talk to me in the future? You were part of the Kagami family?
Then those who say yes.
Can you tell me who I am? I don't recall anything about myself, and no, I don't remember what I was engaged in.
My family possesses that information. That's precisely what you need as you're a part of my family.
And then show them a photograph.
So Yakubo is Kagami, and accompanying him is Alma. Wait a moment. This is Yakubo, correct? This individual is the founder of the Kagami Group, Yakubo Kagami, and it's for this reason that this city has transformed in this manner.
So?
Does this imply that I once battled against my friends alongside you?
I'm uncertain. Regardless, this occurred ages ago, so if you wish to learn about it, you can discover the details on your own.
Thus this Aki receives Queen's phone and that associated Aki. A warm mechanical device calls to inform about the usual user. Taya proceeds to the city library to research Hikaru or Kumbas.
Archika, what is going on? Why does it love City's upcoming group so much? Aren't they bad people?
This is true from a mechanical comfort perspective. He has done much for people.
Tabalama sees Jacob and begins to cry.
I think it was very important for me, but maybe I don't remember anything. I'm too useless.
Then recall that a Vomp-type mechanical user has caught Tani with his mechanical name, then comes and arrives there. We see that it separates the mechanical mango of the Worm-type user from him and completely breaks that mechanical mango, which makes the eye angry and it attacks him. Then we see that the Worm-type fixes something else in the place with the mechanical name of the user so that the Thani is the day before, goes crazy like the enemy and attacks Aki so that she becomes busy fighting with and taking advantage of this. That bomb-type user leaves there so that she hits a strong punch to Tani so that she becomes unconscious and goes after that bomb-type user by calling the units. So Yatani is very surprised about this condition and takes her back to Arms where the doctors are stabilizing her. Tayaris says that you brought Tani here from time so that her life will be saved. So thank you for this. Galax will not be able to survive.
What are you saying? Can't you fix it? It's a machine, isn't it?
Like you, if we die once, we die.
Mechanical amp are living creatures similar to us with mechanical life.
There are forms. We have come here from a different dimension so that we can save the companions who had dug their power and the seventh our home. They also came to save the flood, and Dialo has given us life, which is found in a very different world, and this story is famous in our world.
And that is why the mechanic labs came to our world looking for that same O dialogue, and after that we met the humans where they found out that the humans are a species that is themselves the arbitrarium.
And then we found Odella because of Hamos. But while we were experimenting to activate it, there was a sudden accident and Odella got out of control, which Ayama put all her strength to seal, and herself fell into a deep sleep. And you are the only one who knows how to activate Udela, or how to seal Udela.
Alma plays a crucial role for both those aiming to activate Udela and those wishing to seal it. Subsequently, the mechanical larva of Tani Carix perishes, marking a significant moment. The wormed mechanical of time stretches towards the user in pursuit, exclaiming,
I won't allow this to escape, for you have slain my family members. Now, reveal your face to me.
Then she sees that that user has a doll of his sister in his hand, and his face is also like his sister, and the guy is supported by this. The shirt ends, and the link of the next episode must be coming on your screen. Can you watch the episode by speculating? And now eyes.
Are these cases moving forward?
That's right. We realized this when we came to know that those injuries were not due to Ouroboros, and when we investigated well, we came to know that this attack was caused by worm-type mechanical user. This is because they have increased a lot over the past few months.
What's going on with your song? Why didn't anyone tell me about it?
No, maybe B, and no one told me about it. I hacked the APS database, so I found out about it.
So that means Allergy knew about it, but he didn't tell me anything.
Seems like a different direction.
They are investigating this thing themselves, and the first record in it is from 8 years ago.
Remember that 8 years ago, his family died. Taokun receives a signal to attack the worm time mechanical rest again, which finally goes there, and there he sees his sister Buki, who, seeing this, she is completely shocked. Then we are shown the past of the eye. Jafu Buki says,
So you had to save me. That's what I did.
"It's done," Tasene says.
It has also set a new record for saving you.
I didn't mean this, and Senis and Desk, you guys are the bad guys who have held the princess.
The desk says,
We can't catch you?
And you still cannot give this thing back to such a hero and sister. You should also not take anything from bad people, or there may be some kind of trap.
"So you say?"
And Dex can never say that. You ruined the entire story. I wanted to save everyone's mind, and this is the fastest way. There is no race here.
Tafumuki and Aki's mother starts calling Fubuki, and Fubuki leaves. Then we see where Aki's family was. Fire breaks out there, and Aki starts giving voice to everyone, but there Aki only gets the cube of Cirrus. Then he says it.
Fubuki, are you really here?
"Oh, the eyes of Tafu, they hug us, and we see that they are very sick," says.
What happened to your eyes?
Tafubuki's common time mechanical air comes out. Tasinisa desk, they catch him.
We've done all of this, haven't we?
Then we see the people of Armas come there, but they have already left with Aki Fubuki. So what does the desk say?
It should not be handed over to him.
This is our issue, and you killed our family, didn't you?
Worm-like Ampo Marley says,
You have made a mistake. Please listen to me carefully. Don't lie to us. Sehij was not, and he told us that you had attacked my family and the system. What did you do with it, and you? What do you want to do by attacking Volcanical Live users? Hold on. It's not Amirlis's fault. This is all my fault because I let Mom and Dad die, so forgive me. What are you saying?
Elise states.
Shatrough, Bookie, everything is fine?
The desk says.
Tell us all about what's going on here.
Tabali says.
There is no fault in this. Whatever happened that day was an accident, and if it's anyone's fault, it's mine. On that day, there was an amplification experiment of Arbitrarium in which multiple mechanical users were to be used, but then there was an accident. Fubuki's Arbitrarium and mine. There was a reaction in the middle. Because of this, the Ibatrium got out of control. Then I thought of connecting with Fubuki so that I could stop that thing, and that made things even worse. Fubuki was very nervous at that time, and because of her Ibatrium, I also lost control. When did I want to meet you, sister and me, because of infatuation? Advertisement was ultimately killed, hence I couldn't bring myself to face you.
Tam Amlis says.
How many times must I remind you that it wasn't your fault?
Tasilis mentioned.
He claimed it was your responsibility.
Or says Dex.
Pupilsimis?
Asinis says.
You must understand how awful I feel. I feel utterly devastated for not being able to save Fubuki.
Terdak says shut up.
Make sure to stay ahead on most adventures.
You genuinely believe I'll fall for that?
Ali seizes it, Tafubu asserts.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. This is just me. It was the fault of the base. Then we continue.
Seeing Fubuki fades unconscious, Aki says.
We need to get to the hospital as soon as possible.
Then Amlis says.
It is of no use because the C problem here cannot be solved by a human doctor or even by AB. After that accident, Fubuki's body was his own abtrim. It's not reducing it. We have somehow dealt with the symptoms, but we cannot stop them for long, and if nothing happens, she may starve to death.
Tessina says.
There is no way to save?
Then Amelie says.
Then there's only one way.
We see Hikaru and Alma taking a bath together, and Hikaru trying to contact Aki. He tries to say, but there is no answer. So the next day, Alma starts picking up the cars for school in the morning, and also tells her that it is time for Anki to come, which frightens Hikaru. And so those people see that Anki does not come in there through the window, but is ringing the doorbell of their house, which makes them both feel very strange. Alma says on her way to school,
Something is wrong with the barley. It never comes from the front.
This is completely normal.
We see Meru arriving and saying something.
The test is coming very soon, so can we sit together and study?
But who will take part in it?
Tameru says.
I have your eyes and June.
We observe how Junchup is keeping a close eye on Karu. Tameru mentions this.
So will you also join the study session after school tomorrow?
I'm not coming to school.
I am. Let's go to Karu's house and read.
Hikaru thinks that if Toaki and June will be like this, then always will continue to do so because he refuses to do what he thinks.
Wait a moment. Maybe I can uncover more secrets about Trigger Rest through this. Additionally, I will also proceed with what we need to study.
Then Alma says,
This problem is extremely significant, hence we need to clean the room promptly to ensure everyone can concentrate on their studies.
Do you have this?
There was talk.
It's wonderful that June wants to join us as well. All right, potatoes.
You're going to instruct me in everything.
I too wish to learn a lot, such as understanding your true emotions. You're also not joining us.
Thus we observe Anki appearing to be lost and she begins questioning everyone about the ongoing discussion there.
We are talking about a study session and that too, in my place.
Taki says,
I'm sorry, but I have other things to do.
That's what I say.
Just think that through this you can go to Hikaru's house.
Takaki says,
It's my day today.
When I hear that, I go crazy and say,
This romantic comedy is finally moving forward.
Hikaru says,
Wait, you're a little weird. Did something happen to you?
Then he leaves quietly without saying anything. Then here, a member of the arms is reading the report above Tani and she goes to the queen and says,
Do you know where this time is?
So queen tells me,
I don't know anything about it.
You are hiding something. Tell me as soon as possible.
According to me, maybe he's caught up in something bad.
Then it says Almalis.
I can absorb the arbitrium from the other mechanical users, and because of that, Fubuki is still alive, but now his disease is growing even faster, and I can't do anything about it, so I have to do this.
Then he says,
Just do it, Armley, please. And it's your reason that I am able to see my sister again, so now I don't have anything else.
Then Amli says,
Let's go for a few more years. You wanted to live with Aki again.
Then Aki starts remembering Fumaki and her childhood, and here we see. In order to save Fumaki, Armalis overpowered Aki. He is told to kill. Then here we see a lot of mechanical comfort users in the city suddenly start going crazy, about which no one would have understood anything. And here all those mechanical users start wreaking havoc, and then the arms start catching them, then say allergies.
We have received reports that a lot of mechanical comfort users are going crazy and attacking. So maybe it could also happen that a lot of civilians are injured in this, so all mechanical rest users grab all these people and finish this thing.
So here a member of Mango says,
This monkey belongs to the Kagami Group and he has also gone crazy, so it means the Kagami Group has not done all this.
So here Kazuha has to catch a guy Parimada, and catches that guy so that Kazuha gets angry and he attacks Imada and Imada defeats him. Kazuha says,
In the end, I couldn't beat this loser.
I am.
Because you're just one and we're two? I said right, partner.
His mechanical name affirms and they leave in the evening. Maru, Jun and Hikaru decide to study at Hikaru's house together. Who wonders?
Today I will reveal Hikaru's secret.
Later, Hikaru receives a message. He apologizes to Maru and departs, saying adjustments are necessary.
Hikaru, I apologize for summoning you like this, but I require your assistance.
What's going on here?
A lot of mechanics. Tomorrow you users are losing control and wreaking havoc in the entire city.
Hikaru remarks,
This is the time for a warm mechanical rest. Does it relate to Aiki?
have to give. We have found a video that identifies a person related to the incident, and if that person has contacted Aki, it could be that he is also, Tafis said, be involved in it, and
If so, this is a huge betrayal of humanity and mechanical arms. We have to catch the eye, and society has to answer to him.
Tafish states, Aki is incredibly strong, necessitating many people to apprehend him.
Do you have any doubts about it? He is our partner.
It is an object spread. Today, this organization cannot run on feelings. We are together because we all have the same goal. Hikaru leaves after hearing this and says, Alma.
All three are in danger.
Thus, our priority is to locate them first.
What does it say then?
Hikaru, you're running here and there without a plan. Are you really a big fool today? Who are you?
Then Alma says.
Hikaru, remember these dog glasses?
Then the queen says.
What kind of name is this?
Then Alma says.
He addresses you using that specific name.
Hikaru responds.
Apologies, this isn't an appropriate moment to converse. My name is Queen, and you are searching for the eye, correct?
Hikaru says.
Do you know anything about him?
Takwan thinks.
Why is he acting like this? Is it too close to him? Do not worry, I have already made arrangements to find Aki.
Then we see Honor coming there.
This is the guy who tried to kill me.
Takwan says we.
Now we will find the eye with their help, and this is the best clue for us. Ta!
The mechanic of honor, Kalam Kagemaru says.
We deeply apologize for our actions towards you. Please administer any punishment you deem fit. Strike us 5 times now.
Then Alma says,
I thought it was controlling you. You are the same famous Alma. It was really nice to meet you. It's true that I was in control of it, but now of the arms. Because of this, I am free again.
I opposed it, but we couldn't connect Maru with anyone else, and that's what Maru desired.
I realized that it was my responsibility to re-educate it so that I could tell it that it had to fight with the will and save the lives of the weak.
what does Honor say?
It was merely a tool. Am I using myself as a mere tool?
Till Maru says Aki.
What are you doing? Why are you standing? Quickly bow and apologize to them.
Then they both start apologizing. Meanwhile, Karu and Honor are searching for Aki, and Hikaru interjects.
Will we be able to find the eye?
Don't worry, because of my sonar, I missed the orbital of the eye. If I can catch the frequency of, so I will find it quickly.
Kalu says.
What are your forthcoming words?
No passion attacks until the one ahead saves them.
Young master, you must have a valid reason for being here. Juna, now is definitely not the appropriate time for this. Run, and don't avoid me. I won't rest until I uncover the secret of your power.
Assist us in locating Juna Aki, please.
Of the eye? Why would I do that?
We shall ensure Aki's safety, and then we will all reunite together.
Read the stars here says Todo.
I think it's June time. Involved in the case?
That's not what he says.
I feel this.
So, should we bring him back using Expansion 3 or let Y Travels take over the situation and manage him?
We won't do anything.
Regardless of the person who walks on his own path, if he gets involved, he stands to sustain significant injuries. Hence, tell someone to monitor him closely.
Nothing like that will happen, and anyway, the safety of my younger brother is not more important than this company.
The rightful search is underway for Maru Aki.
He said it was the Raki of the eye.
I found us.
Let's see Aki comes there, and we are shown a scene from some time ago where Aki says,
Or is it necessary to kill Hikaru?
Tamil says,
Us to him.
Iptium is necessary as the trigger is activated through it, so if I end your life, I assure you I will save Fubuki.
Then we see here Fubu's Hasri happens and says,
Can you assure my sister's safety?
then he says,
No need to worry. My eyes are full of love for you, so proceed.
Tafubuki says,
On this occasion, my sister came to my rescue.
with all episodes of an ICC complete, the link for the next episode will appear on your screen. By clicking on it, you can watch the current episode.